there are like a lot of self-introductions, but in this session, we're gonna discuss about casual self-introduction and business self-introduction. Do you know what is the difference between casual and business self-introduction? So that's the difference between casual and business self-introduction, okay? So casual, you can be friendly. You don't need to be formal. But in business self-introduction, you have to be careful about what you talk, especially your word choice. And then you have to be formal. And then sometimes you can be friendly, but not very friendly, okay? So for example, in a meeting, you cannot say, hi. You cannot say like that. Okay, you have to be very professional. You have to be very formal. You can say hi. So the tone is very different as well. So you have to be very careful about your tone as well. ကျတော့ဒီ business self introduction မှာပေါ့နော်ကျတော့ဒီစလုံးရွေးချယ်ပုံပဲမဟုတ်ပဲねကျတော့ရဲ့ဒီ tone ပေါ့နော်အတန်နေအတန်ထားကိုလည်းကျတော့အရင်ဂရုစိုက်ရတယ်ပေါ့နော်ကျခုနကတော့ပြောလို့မျိုး Hi, I'm Lucia or Hi, I'm Lucia. That's very different. Okay, so be careful about your tone as well. Okay, shall we move on? So now we're gonna talk more about casual self-introduction. We're gonna dive into casual self-introduction. So here we've got 4 questions, and then I want you to answer each question in the chat box. Okay, so first, what can you say when you meet a new person for the first time? ကျတော့လူတစ်ယောက်ကိုကျတော့လူအသစ်ပေါ့နော် stranger ဖြစ်ရင်ဖြစ်မယ်ကိုယ့်ရဲ့အလုပ်ခွင်မှာပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်ထားရပါတော့ shopping center မှာလည်းဖြစ်ချင်းဖြစ်မယ်ပေါ့နော်လူတစ်ယောက်ကိုတွေ့တဲ့ချိန်မှာကျတော့ဘာစပြီးမှနှုတ်ဆက်လေးရှိလဲ What can you say? Do you say hi, how old are you? Or do
Say
you say
hello.
yes, you say hello. Or do you say, hi, I am from the UK? Or hi, I come from Taunji. Hi, I come from UK. You don't say where you come from, okay? So first you say, you greet. Say something like, hi, hello, how are you? So this is the first thing you say, okay? So number 2, should you sound formal or friendly? So in casual self-introduction, you can be friendly. Like the more you're friendly, the better. Okay. And then also don't forget to smile. Smiling is very important as well. So ကျွန်တော်မျက်နှာကြီးကိုဒီလိုမျိုးပုတ်ပုတ်ကြည့်ထားမှ hi, so nobody wants to like pay attention to you. So just smile as well. Smile is like also a game changer as well. It's gonna change the vibe, the mood, and the atmosphere. Okay, so just be friendly and then smile. Okay, so number 3, we've got what simple details can you share about yourself? So what kind of details can you share about yourself when you meet a new person for the first time? So, first time when you share about the details, do not share too much information. Be short and be clear. So, first time introduce လုပ်တဲ့ချိန်မှာပေါ့နော် too much information ပေးတာကိုကျွန်တော်ရှောင်ရမယ်ဆိုတော့ self introduction လုပ်တဲ့ချိန်မှာဘယ်သူမှပေါ့နော်ကိုယ့်ရဲ့မိသားစုအကြောင်းကိုယ့်ရဲ့ family အကြောင်းကိုယ့်ရဲ့ relationship အကြောင်းတော့ငါရေးစားဘယ်နှယောက်ထားခဲ့တယ်ငါအသေးကွဲနေပါတယ် nobody wants to hear about that ဘယ်သူမှအဲ့အကြောင်းမကြားချင်ဒီပထမအဆုံးတွေ့ရဲ့ချိန်မှာ because you don't know each other တယောက်နဲ့တယောက်မသိတဲ့အချိန်မှာဒီလိုမျိုးအကြောင်းအရာတွေဘယ်သူမှမကြားချင်ဆိုတော့ please be careful not to share too much details or too much information. All right, but there is a different situation. ကျတော့ဘောနော်မတူညီတဲ့ situation ရှိရယ်ဘယ်ချိန်မှာလဲဆိုရင်ကျတော့ when to get to know each other တယောက်နဲ့တယောက်သိသွားပြီဆိုရင် and then သူကလည်းကိုယ့်ရဲ့အကြောင်းပိုသိချင်တယ်သူကလည်းကိုယ့်ရဲ့အကြောင်းပိုသိချင်တယ်ဆိုရင်အဲ့ချိန်မှာ share လို့ရတယ် okay all right so let's move to number 4 how can you keep the conversation going after introducing yourself? So this is a very difficult one. How can you keep the conversation going after saying like, hi, I'm Nailen R. I work in an NGO here in Yangon. After that, how do you keep your conversation going? So you can talk each other a little bit more, so you get chance to get to know each other. how do you keep the conversation going? What can we talk about? ကျတော့ဒီနာမည်နဲ့ကိုနေတဲ့နေရာကိုဘယ်မှာအလုပ်လုပ်တယ်ပြောပြီးရင်ဒီ conversation ကိုကျတော့ဘောနော်နည်းနည်းလေးဆက်ပြီးသွားချင်တယ်တယောက်နဲ့တယောက်ပို့ပြီးမှကျတော့သိချင်တယ်ဆိုရင်ကျတော့ဒီ conversation ကို keep going ဖြစ်အောင်ဘယ်လိုမျိုးဘာအကြောင်းအရာလေးဆက်ပြောလို့ရတယ်ဟိုမျိုးပေါ့နော် relevant မဖြစ်တဲ့အကြောင်းအရာတော့မပြောနဲ့ပေါ့နော် I work in an NGO here in UK and then you can say like oh my pet is very sick now so this is very irrelevant so relevant ဖြစ်တဲ့အကြောင်းအရာတော့ကျွန်တော်မပြောဘူးပေါ့နော် relevant နဲ့ဖြစ်ပြီးမှ conversation ကိုလည်းကျွန်တော် keep going ဖြစ်ချင်တယ်ဆိုရင်ဘယ်လိုမျိုးအကြောင်းအရာလေးကျွန်တော်ပြောလို့ရလဲ
A hobby or interest things. Yeah, I think.
Very good. Yeah, amazing. So this is one of the best thing to find the same, like the common interests or common hobbies. What else? ကျွန်တော် hobby တို့ interest တို့ပြီးရင်ဘာအကြောင်းအရာတွေပြောလို့ရသေးလဲခုနကတော့ဗောနော်ကျွန်တော်နာမည်ပြောတယ်အလုပ်ပြောပြီးရင်ကျွန်တော် we can talk about the work ကျွန်တော်ဒီ job အကြောင်းပြောလို့ရတယ်ဗောနော်ဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒီချိန်မှာ oh you can say like oh I support the community I really enjoy doing that what about you what about your work so much ကျွန်တော်ဒီလိုမျိုးလေး keep going လုပ်လို့ရတယ်ဗောနော် so when you're sharing something please avoid yes or no question this is the worst thing to keep the conversation going it's gonna be like oh yes and then done it's gonna be no and then done no more talking no more conversation that night no it doesn't mean that you don't have to ask or you must not ask you can ask but not a lot yes or no questions you can ask some or a few yes or no questions but try to avoid asking a lot of yes or no questions and also it's very odd word as well to yes or no question တခါကြရင်လေကျွန်တော်နည်းနည်း odd word လည်းဖြစ်တတ်တယ် so for example do you like football မကြိုက်တဲ့လို့ဆို no ဆိုရင် vibe ကသိရမလား vibe ကဘောနော် no ဆိုရင်သုံးတိဖြစ်သွားတာလေဘာဆက်ပြောလို့ပြောရမှာလဲမသိတော့အဲဒါကြောင့် yes or no question ကိုရှောင်ရင်ကောင်းမှာပေါ့နော် when you talk about for example you are working in one NGO and then when you meet someone from other NGO it's very good like ask about how is their work how's their work doing what are their vision and mission like what are they doing so you also learn about their work and then you never know if they have some more opportunities if they have some opportunities you can like get to know as well those opportunities so it's very good to ask about other fields as well so but sometimes it's a bit hard to find the common interests and common hobbies then what do we do so if you do not have the same interests you can talk the situations happening at the moment. For example, the weather. Weather is very, very nice topic to talk about in like everywhere. So like when it's very hot, you can say, wow, that's boiling. That's very hot, isn't it? When it's very cold, you can say, oh, the weather is very cold. It's gloomy. And then you can talk about the weather. Like people, everyone loves to talk about the weather. So weather is very, very nice topic to keep the conversation going as well. But it depends as well. For example, you are in the meeting, you cannot talk about, oh, the weather is blah, blah, blah. You can talk about the weather, but not in every situation, okay? All right, so everyone, let's see the example. Here is the example. So you can say, hi, hello, I'm May, I work with an NGO here in Yangon. I enjoy supporting the communities. What about you? Do you like working there? So asking about the questions like that makes the conversation keep going. So for example, I enjoy supporting the communities. You talk about the reason why you like your job. And then you ask, oh, what about you? Do you like working there? How's your job? How is it doing? How is going there? So this is how you can keep the conversation going and that you don't feel odd work at all. Okay. So when you introduce yourself, after introducing what you do, please add a small reason, one reason or two reasons why you like about your job. For example, I work as a teacher. I love teaching. I love teaching kids. I love teaching teenagers. I love teaching adults. And then I like seeing people improve their English. So this is like the reason I like teaching English. And I can say, oh, what about you? What do you like working there? Or I can say, what do you like about your job? And then we can keep the conversation going. So ask the questions like, what about you? What do you like? These questions are very good to keep the conversation going. Okay, so let's see the example, everyone. So you can say, good morning, everyone. My name is Goa. You say about your name. After that, you introduce your role. I am project officer. And then you introduce your organization or your company at Green Future NGO. And then I work on community development project across rural areas. You share what you do at your work, and then you say, I am happy to be here to share ideas and learn from all of you. Okay, so here, after saying that, you can add about your interests and the enthusiasm. For example, you can say, I am very happy to help the children to get the education, something like that. Okay, so အဲ့လိုမျိုးကိုကပြောတဲ့အချိန်မှာတစ်ဖက်ကလူကနေလည်းကိုနဲ့ same interest ရှိတဲ့လူကလည်းဖြစ်နိုင်တယ် maybe it can be the organization အဲ့ဒီ organization ကလည်းဒီကလေးတွေရဲ့ပညာရေးအတွက်ကိုသူတို့ကအားသွန်ခွန်ဆိုင်စူးစမ်းချင်တဲ့လူလည်းဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်ဆိုတော့ကိုယ့်ရဲ့ interest နဲ့သူ့ရဲ့ interest နဲ့က align ဖြစ်သွားတဲ့အချိန်မှာပိုပြီးမှ knowledge sharing လုပ်ရတာပိုပြီးအဆင်ပြေလာတယ်ပြီးရင်ကိုယ့်အတွက်လည်း opportunities တွေပိုပြီးမှရလာနိုင်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ခုနကတော့အေးခုနကတော့ဘာသူပြောတာနာမည်တော့မေ့သွားပြီပေါ့နော်ဒီ information တွေ exchange လုပ်တာပေါ့နော် so it's a win-win situation for both of you so you gain more knowledge they gain more knowledge and then you gain more opportunities they gain more opportunities so this is how we do the business self introduction okay so please remember do not add too much information please remember to keep it short keep it clear keep it simple and keep it effective all right so any questions about casual and business self introductions so first be clear and short say your name job and what you do second make it relevant okay so when you are talking about the weather you don't say about the pets certainly okay so weather အကြောင်းပြောနေတဲ့အချိန်မှာဒီအိမ်မွေးသစ္စာအကြောင်းကိုရုပ်တရက်ကြီးမပြောလိုက်ဘူးဆိုတော့ make it relevant okay so when someone is talking about jobs so talk about the jobs not about your house or the buildings or the streets okay so make it relevant this is very important especially when you are in a meeting or especially when you go to the conference or work events when you talk about yourself make it very relevant and the third one share your purpose so mention why you are here and what you hope to do or learn okay and avoid giving too much detail again keep it simple and use simple words so use simple word means do not use idioms and then like technical language or some jargons so do not use those kind of words so just use very simple words so everyone can understand and then you are also professional as well so do not use idioms and slangs okay it's very unprofessional using slangs and then idioms in a meeting or in a work event so use very simple words